inconsistent online gameplay is why you are good one day and bad the next. I have to agree, but also disagree with you at the same time.
Griezmann, 3 men around him to somehow find some space. Ronaldo, fantastic, opening the drive back.
He's made himself the tiniest bit of space.
Almost feels like a bit of a toy. Didn't really go for it. Oh! The display there is absolutely ridiculous. Elastico on the goal line. On the goal line, the finest.
We talked about Aussie Super. He's not here to make up the numbers.
You see, back in the day when I lived in a very remote town called Townsville in Australia, I was competing as a pro and representing Brisbane Roar as a pro player. Now, being in a rural town, the connection to the Sydney servers wasn't the best. I was around 20 hours away from Sydney, which meant, I was quite a far distance away from that server, giving me a bad connection, input delay, speed up lag, and in general lag, which impeded my ability to compete at a high level. But what I will say is, my ability to adapt in the game-to-game situation, whether it's a good connection or a bad connection, allowed me to be a better player overall. And I have to agree to the fact that yes, a bad connection can hinder your ability to do some things in the game, but your ability to adapt and play in bad connections and good connections will actually in turn make you a better player in the long run. And I'll use FIFA 19 as an example. I was the only rural player when it came to the E-League lineup, and coming into a major competition in Australian FIFA, I came in as the kid from the rural town, and everyone else had a very good connection to the servers at their own home except for me. What me playing on a bad connection in a rural town did was, going into this tournament, I was used to any adversity when it came to connections. I was used to any adversity when it came to input lag, and some pros complained about this in the tournament itself in FIFA 19. A lot of them said the connection is bad, the delay is terrible. This was in Sydney, mind you, so it was right next to the Sydney server, and people were still having issues. But I didn't complain. It's simply because I was able to adapt, and I actually had a slight advantage over my opponent, simply because I knew how to play in bad gameplay. And if I'm gonna set forth a key for you, a rule for you, the worse get the connection, the more basic you have to play. But is that a bad thing? Absolutely not, because basic play is what distributes the best players from the worst. If you perfect the basics, like Tets, like Yilmaz, and any other pro player that's made it big in the scene, you will be one of the best players in the world. It's because the basics is the most important thing in your game. The fundamentals are the most important thing. And when it comes to bad gameplay, bad connection, the basics are all that matters. And if you can perfect them, you'll be able to actually play better in bad gameplay, and even better in worst gameplay. Okay, so what I want to say to you guys is, instead of complaining about your connection situation, please try and work on the basics and the fundamentals. And you'll find in turn, over time, you will get better at playing in bad connection, and you can become just as good as me. Like I proved back in FIFA 19, I can make it in the pro scene on 100 MS. That was the thing at the end of it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm coaching one-on-one on patreon.com, preparing people for EAFC. But I'm out. Sayonara, au revoir, adios, salam, ciao. Goodbye.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then I'd really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. And lastly, if you do want any pre-gaming fuel or supplement, then head over to atpscience.com, which is the first link in the description, and use the code DylanEtsATP at checkout to get yourself a discount. Not only is it the cheapest way to get supplements, but it helps me out a ton, guys, so thank you.